In one of my recent videos and updates, I was talking about how Trump was basically saying that he will shut down the southern border if the Democrats do not come to some kind of deal in terms of funding it. This is essentially putting the government into a partial shutdown. There are federal workers that have been complaining about they don't know when they're going to get paid. And now I want to discuss this a little bit further. What happens if it does extend out into the later part of January, February? If it does, by looking at some of the statistics here, according to the Department of Agriculture, if the U.S. government was to shut down and stretch into February, there won't be money for food stamps. What do you think is going to happen a few weeks from now, a month or so from now, when approximately 38 million people are suddenly cut off from food stamps? If that was to unfold, it would be a first that scale, and there's no telling what could happen, and it could be a beta test. And because, like I just said, government workers are already freaking out about not having their paychecks, or having their paychecks delayed, is how it's being put. So if they're already getting restless, and it does extend out, and these things fall into place, expect to see some unhappy people. Now, this also seems to be falling in line with everything else we've seen globally. The uprisings in other countries that have sparked over civil issues at the forefront, whether they want to say that it was over gas prices or this and that. There's certain things that are getting people in large groups into motion. Now, we've seen some of these groups have been backed by the puppet masters before, in this country and in others. But there's going to be times when there's events that trigger masses of people to get up. And once they get up, they'll try to capitalize on going in and rounding up some of those people, capitalize on their anger, on their energy, and utilize them. And some of these other people out here don't even know it, don't even realize it. And they become a pawn in a bigger game and don't even see it. So you have to realize that too. Do not get pulled into something thinking, oh, this is some kind of righteous movement, when it's being backed by, the minions, the same ones we've seen time and time again. But you've also got to see the moment in time and the opportunity to reach out to your people when you find common ground and relate to those people. So if you have 38 million people in this country start taking to the streets hungry, let's just say, in an instance like that, what are you going to do? You better have a plan. And you see, I think that they're beta test planning for all of this. So things to think about, and what happens here if things were to continue down this path. And some are saying it's almost like this is having the Trump administration holding the government hostage, in a sense, with these threats. And everyone's got their opinions. The thing is, you have to learn to debate and see eye to eye peacefully to gain common ground. Okay? The power's in your numbers. The power's in the people. In the politics that we address. Do not forget that. Going to leave a link. Join us for Underground World News Live every Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, Dabu77. Also, make sure you're subscribed to Dabu777, my other channel, and following me on Twitter. And last call for our Slack group, for those that want in it. It ends at midnight tonight. Hit me up, Dabu7yahoo.com if you want in. Much love, y'all.